On today's episode, we review The Tax Collector without spoilers. He's Jay. I'm Alan. That's Ben.
Three bros with three opinions, all about movies.
This is Moo Jabs.
Let's go.
All right, so The Tax Collector has raised a lot of controversy.
Yes.
And in this video, we're going to cover why you should not listen to the cancel culture critics. But before we do that, we're going to give a quick rundown about what we thought about the movie and give you a spoiler-free review, and then we'll go into that. So let's just go down the line. Jay, you want to start with what you thought about the movie?
Sure, I'll start. So if you're thinking Training Day, if you're thinking, I don't know, End of Watch or anything else that he's been...
David Ayer, yeah.
Right. It's not that.
No.
It's not that. You're thinking 10 out of 10, it's not going to be that.
No.
Okay? Very good movie. I liked it. I just had really, really high expectations for it.
I think that was all
and
of us.
it fell a little short in several aspects, but we'll get into that once we run down the line here.
Yeah. So, Alan, quick thoughts.
I think Jay pretty much said it best.
I usually do.
If you're expecting a Training Day, this is pretty much like Training Day's stepbrother. It's good, but it's not nowhere near as good as Training Day.
Yeah.
And
You just don't love your stepbrother as much.
I just don't.
Yeah,
correct.
exactly.
I just don't.
He's
think
not your
you're
real
ever
brother.
Right. I just don't think you're gonna ever get Training Day material again.
Yeah.
But having said that, good movie, worth a watch. I was expecting
a lot
really
Still
high
entertaining.
expectations.
Still very entertaining.
I would still recommend it, 100%.
Yeah.
But like I said, that quick snippet.
Yeah. So you guys hit the nail on the head. I went
All right,
into
that's it.
this,
We're out.
I went into this with really, really high expectations because I love David Ayer. I think he makes great movies. I think he's a great storyteller.
Right.
And I think he's got some of the best character development in his previous movies. It lacked a little bit here.
Right.
But my biggest disappointment with this movie was there's so much hype around Shia LaBeouf's character and Creeper and what he was going to be. And I'm not going to say what happens to him. I'm not going to spoil the thing for you. But I will say that his character was a big letdown. Not because of Shia LaBeouf.
Right.
He carried this movie while he was in it. He was the standout star of this whole thing. And he got you so interested into what he was going to become.
I think without him, the movie's
Without Shia,
a straight up dump tank.
Yeah. Without Shia, it was garbage. He had the potential to make a character that would be remembered forever, just like Denzel was in Training Day.
Oh yeah,
And
Right.
he could have been that memorable character that was just like, wow, this movie was great because of him. And they started to build that up, and then suddenly,
And I think
gone.
that's why we had such high expectations.
Yeah.
Is because like we said in the trailer in that video, like we thought that it was going to be mainly focused on him and how vicious of a person he was.
yeah. So a quick rundown of what it's about. You've got Shia LaBeouf and Bobby Soto, who plays David. Bobby Soto and Shia LaBeouf are the tax collectors for a drug lord named Wizard. You find out who he is at the very end of the movie. We won't spoil that for you.
Yeah,
either.
we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, we're going to do another video with all the spoilers. But so they're working for the Wizard, who is the kingpin of the drug world.
And who's in jail
Yeah.
currently.
And they go around and they collect 30% of all of the earnings that every drug dealer makes.
There's like
And
43 gangs in South Central LA.
Yeah, in South Central LA.
If you have any part in the street culture, the street life, and as a gang member, you're paying your tax up to Shia LaBeouf and who he works for.
Right, and everybody respected them. And when they showed up, everybody knew who they were, and they didn't utter a word. And Shia carried that because he made it so believable that he was such a badass.
Every time he got out of the car, I was like, "Oh man, something's about to go."
Every scene he was in though, you were glued to it. Like, okay,
Yes,
what's gonna happen?
Every scene he was in, he carried that scene.
Right, now-
and he took over that scene.
I'm not sure if
100%.
that's because like what we saw in the trailer that we're like, okay, this is gonna be awesome, or if he was just that good of an actor in the movie. I think he was just that good.
I think
He
it was
was.
probably a hybrid of
Well,
both.
It is,
that
but
and
he was that good.
the opening scene of the trailer where he says,
when he says,
Do you know who I
have you
am?
heard
he
of
goes,
me?
"Have you heard of me?" He goes, "Yeah, I heard you're a devil." He's like, "Maybe I am."
I
Yeah,
might
or
be.
I might be. Yeah,
I might be.
Yeah.
You heard of me? What have you heard?
I heard you're the devil.
I might be.
Yeah, and that set the tone. That
Yeah.
30-second clip set the tone for this, and you're like, ooh,
Let's go. I was
This
rubbing
is
my hand,
gonna
like,
be-
let's
and
go.
then this is
gonna
also
be
drags
really-
the guy like with the belt tied around his neck.
Yeah. So
I mean,
that
just-
set the tone for this, and that gave us this high expectation. On top of the fact that David Ayer did Training Day and David Ayer did End of Watch,
Watch,
two of
yeah.
the best movies I've seen in a really, really, really long time.
Yeah, they were great.
And this was just a letdown because I think a lot of it has to do with Bobby Soto's character. Not necessarily just Bobby Soto as an actor. I just think the way they developed his character.
I don't think Soto did a bad job. I just think his character. I'm not gonna say it didn't have a place in the movie, but it just felt like he didn't know.
there was too much focused on him.
Yes, and he didn't. I guess he didn't know. Maybe he didn't know how to play it right, but it just seemed like his character seemed lost.
It seemed like his character was done by a soap opera actor, and then you had a Hollywood elite in Shia LaBeouf
Right, yeah.
come in and just outshine him
Yeah.
in every way possible.
And I think he's a really good actor. I just
Yeah.
think that Shia just
Well, and I think a lot of it has to do with the script, the editing, and the way they decided to piece together the movie, because they pieced it together straight from the beginning with Bobby Soto developing him as this doubled life guy with the family man and then the gangster on the side. And it's okay to do that, but they just went so hard at that angle
Yeah.
that you got tired
Yeah,
of it.
you
You
did.
got bored.
Well,
of it.
me and Alan were actually talking about it yesterday after we watched it. We were like, is his character supposed to be like that? Is it not him doing a bad job as an actor? Or is it just the script and how the movie's set out? Is it supposed to be kind of where he's not who you think he is also?
Yeah.
So I made the point to Jay. I don't want to get too into it, but pretty much what you're saying is that maybe it's not that his character was bad. Maybe that's just the way Ayers wanted his character portrayed, because he does live this double life where
Yeah.
he is a family man first and then he's this gangster.
Right.
So he can't be like Creeper where he just
yeah.
Creeper was
Well,
the devil,
yeah.
and Soto was the complete kind of opposite, but still in that light.
and there's a point in the movie where he even says like, I got nothing, I don't care if I die.
yeah.
Right, but
Creeper,
then,
that is.
then all the
So-
scenes where Bobby Soto was trying to act like a hard ass, it just didn't. It didn't hit home. It
wasn't as believable.
But I
didn't
Shia
believe it
LaBeouf.
from
But
him.
again,
Yeah.
but do I say, is that because of his acting, or is it because Ayers said no?
Either-
You're a family man. You're this really isn't you.
Here's what I think. I think at the end of the day, I think that's what Ayers wanted. But I think the audience, or at least me,
Oh, yeah.
wanted it to be different.
100%.
I think that's
the
primarily
biggest
what it
thing-
was.
The biggest thing for me was they spent way too much time shoving it down your throat that he's a family man.
let me
Yeah,
let me
we
ask
get
you
it.
this.
We get it.
Let me ask you
Good
this.
guy. We get it.
Yeah.
If we had never seen the trailer, if we never saw Creeper being Creeper and him dragging the guy by a belt in the trailer, if we just went in right to the movie, do you think it would have been better? Because my expectations were
Absolutely.
so high.
I
Same-
would have appreciated
Absolutely.
it more.
Right?
It still would have had the same flaws,
but
but we wouldn't be so disappointed.
Well,
But you wouldn't expect, I'm a 10 out of 10. This is going to be, like Jay said, a train day or end of watch. And then you're like, it was okay.
Well, here's the problem: is for us three at least, we had this day circled on our calendar for
yeah.
months.
Yeah, we
so
did, 100%.
I think that's like the major issue. If you sat down, you didn't really know much about the movie. Like someone just put it on. Hey, we're gonna watch the Tax Collector. This is what it's about. You'd be, okay, cool. You'd watch it and be like, awesome, good movie.
So,
But I think it's the fact that we hyped it up to ourselves, and then going with
we
his
would
past and the
talk
past
about- we
movies
would
that he's
talk
done.
about it, like,
That's
oh,
all
we
we
got-
talked
we
about.
got
We're like, I
3
can't wait for the
days.
Tax
Yeah.
Collector
So
to come
here's
out.
the thing. Here's the thing. I think that's a good point to segue into this cancel culture thing, because it wasn't just us that hyped it up. We found out about this because of all the reviewers that were sitting here trashing this movie.
I don't think it deserves
before
to
it
be
even came
trashed.
out.
Yeah.
Before this movie ever showed up on the radar, critics were jumping at the gun to sit here and tell us that this was the most racist thing. How dare David Ayer put a white guy in as a character in a Latino movie? And it just was so obnoxious.
Well, I think he did it because David Ayer is from South Central.
David
LA.
Ayer is a white boy who
Yeah.
grew up in South Central
and
LA.
I think his whole part of the movie and showing, well, at least putting Shia as that character is, well, you're just a product of your environment. It doesn't matter your
Exactly.
culture, your
Right.
race. Like
Exactly.
you're gonna be a product of your environment.
Exactly. You can't hate on race. Has nothing to do.
has
with
nothing
this.
to do with it.
This isn't about
Plus,
race.
Can we just say that Shia LaBeouf wasn't portraying a Latino. He was
No,
playing
he was
just
playing
a white guy.
He was
exactly.
playing a white guy who just happened to live in that area.
Who grew up in a rough area.
Right.
And became
Exactly,
very good
right.
friends. He was childhood friends with Bobby Soto in
Yep.
the movie.
Yep.
they're
And that's
best
why he
buds.
was involved in all that
Yeah,
because
exactly.
of who
It's
he
not
grew up with and
racist.
was
Right.
accompanied with.
There's
yeah.
nothing racist about it. And let's just put it on the record. Racism is wrong. But this movie's not racist.
Yeah.
It's
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's just not at all racist. And here, let's each read. We each found a quote that was so obnoxious and so out of this world that
You want-
people were going out of their way to cancel this movie before it ever had a chance to breathe.
Yeah. So I'll go with mine first.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was The Tax Collector distinguishes itself as the worst picture Ayer has ever made. It's 90 minutes you'll never get back.
I love that quote.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is the greatest movie you're going to see. I'm not saying it's the best movie of the year, but it's definitely not a movie that you're going to watch and go, I'll never get those 90 minutes back. That was just a waste of time.
We've all
and I've
seen
seen
movies
plenty of those
yeah,
movies.
Yeah,
Every time Ben tells me to watch a movie, it's one of those movies.
That's what I like.
Interview with a Vampire. You can't
Yeah.
get that. You can't get that.
90 minutes, never get back.
The
This was
Raid.
not it. This was
Judge Dredd, the remake.
You want to go next, or you want me to go?
I have it pulled
All right,
up.
go
So the LA Times says brown bodies begin to pile up in a by the numbers and senselessly vile wave of carnage when an emissary from a Mexican cartel, Conejo, arrives to set up a new hierarchy, undermining David's boss, Wizard. But what they're hinting at there is brown bodies. That's word choice. That's word choice to make you angry and think that this movie is racist.
It is racist, yeah.
And I don't know which one you're going to read, but I read another one. I think it was done by the LA Times or some other article like that, where they said Shia LaBeouf's most racist character ever, or something along those lines.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
That's
but
not the one I chose. So I chose one. Basically, this person wrote, all this movie has to say is that David Ayers enjoys creating misery and sharing it. What a repugnant, hateful piece of work this is. I mean, come on.
Now, if you listen to those critics, you can go name at least a list of 10,000 movies that would have to be canceled for the same reasons.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, every movie out there that has violence in it, might as well cancel it. Every movie out there that portrays an African American as a gangster, might as well cancel it.
or an Italian.
Or an Italian.
That's a
so one
mobster.
reviewer
Hey,
was
why don't you
trashing The
cancel those?
Sopranos
Yeah,
based on this.
yeah. Trash the Sopranos
Yeah, I
based
think,
on this.
I think-
listen, actors act. It's what they do. It's their
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, how many times have actors pretended to be something or they're not?
That's what they do.
yeah,
they're actors.
Avatar. He
Didn't Bryan
pretended.
Cranston pretend to be a paraplegic in I forgot the movie's name.
Good movie.
The one with Kevin Hart.
I don't know. I haven't
It's
seen
a
it.
great movie.
Yeah, cancel it.
But he actually got some flack for that, for saying that, well, he's not paraplegic. I'm like, well, yeah, but he's an actor. Like,
He's pretending to
right,
be.
exactly.
Actors act. You're portraying something
Yeah.
you're not. Pinocchio, might as well cancel it. How dare a wooden little boy want to be a human? How dare Tom Cruise, my hero,
Yeah.
want to be a Japanese samurai
Yeah.
in The Last
Yeah, you're
Samurai?
right. Yeah. Yep.
Even though that movie was all about respecting another culture, can't do it.
Yeah. So
Well, that's the thing too. It's not like Shia LaBeouf was playing even like a mocking version of like
No.
right.
of
He was
like
a
that
white guy.
culture. He was. It's not.
That's not what it was.
So I don't know. I
So-
don't understand the whole
so
cancel culture.
before-
I don't really understand.
If you went into watching this movie and you said, "Oh, I'm not going to watch this movie because it's racist," it's not racist.
No,
it's
it's
not
not.
racist at all. Is it violent? Yes. Is it gory? Yes. Does it have the most compelling story? No. Does it have the best acting? No. Shia's acting was great, but it's not racist at all.
You know who also was really good? What's his name? George Lopez.
Oh yeah.
George Lopez was
I
awesome.
I usually don't like him.
Not only that,
Same
I've
here.
never seen him in a
thought
role
he-
like
I thought
this.
he did a
Right.
really good job.
George Lopez
Yeah,
did
he-
an awesome job. I
did
love
an
George
awesome job.
Lopez. in
I'll
this.
be honest. I usually don't find his jokes funny. Like I watch a lot of comedy
He has
shows.
some,
with you.
he has some.
He's
fun
got some
from
funny
that.
stuff,
Yeah,
but there's
not-
if you put on Dave Chappelle or George Lopez or somebody else, I'm going to watch the other.
Well, Dave Chappelle. Dave
Yeah, yeah,
Chappelle.
yeah.
But, either,
But hey, gotta cancel Dave Chappelle for every skit he's ever done.
well, he pretty much is.
Holy crap, you gotta cancel him.
But I've never seen George Lopez in a role like this.
No,
No, me either. Usually he's in a comedy or
Right,
like some
right.
sitcom or.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
here's-
I think he was awesome in this. I believed him. I believed him.
so
Oh yeah.
so let's finish this off with a quick summary. The quick summary being, not David Ayer's greatest movie,
no.
not David Ayer's worst movie. I'm sure he's gonna have more.
I can think of two off the top of my head that are worse than this one.
What are they?
Suicide Squad.
Oh, don't even start me.
I know. I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Suicide
that
Squad.
Was, that was.
I would watch this. I would watch this till my eyes bleed to not have to watch Suicide Squad. So it's a movie about LA gangs It's primarily focused on Latinos. There's a little bit of African Americans in it, and one white boy who happens to have grown up in that environment who's with them. No big deal. Who cares? No big deal.
All right,
I think
so-
I think it's racist to say that white boy can't grow up in there.
I can see that. Yeah.
How dare they say that?
So are we gonna do our actual score for the next video? We're just gonna say like.
So
it was-
let's save
the actual jab
We're
score?
gonna save our jab score
Yeah.
for our spoiler video, and we'll let you watch that, and you can tell us if you agree with us in there. But comment in the comments.
But watch
do you
it.
feel that we're wrong? Do you think this movie should have been canceled? And it's okay if you do. We're not going to hate you for that. Everybody has their own opinion. We personally just don't agree with that. So let us know. And
All right. We're out.
We're out.